What is up, everybody? It's the liberal loudmouth. So, the mainstream media and media in general has been shit in this country for a very, very long time. There's a lot of profit motive involved with it. They want to drive ratings and clicks and this and that. And the news and information that you get is secondary to what they do. I mean, that's just a fact. And I guess, from a business perspective, can you blame them? I don't know. But it's certainly not good for the country. We'll just put it that way. But the media, and all mainstream media, CNN, MSNBC, Fox, you name it, they're all part of this corporate bullshit where they want Trump front and center in some capacity, whether in office or not. And they've also known that Donald Trump is willing to go after them, and he will. He wants to scare the shit out of the mainstream media so that they become loyal to him. That's all he cares about is loyalty. You bend the knee, you kiss the ring, and you're my friend. We've seen this over and over and over again. So now that he's been elected, all of the media that has been kind of petty towards Trump in a lot of ways, but still telling the overall truth, and that the man is, I don't know that he's a fascist per se, but he does everything that fascists do. He rose to power in the same manner that Hitler did. He shits on other people, blames everybody else for the problems of the country, and says, I'm going to fix it by getting rid of these fucking people over here. These other people. Well, those are the problem people. That's what Hitler did. That's like the total MO. And we know that Donald Trump has at least read, or he owns, books of Hitler's speeches. We know this. We know that he has at least been exposed to Mein Kampf before. This isn't fake. It's not made up. It's fact. He has quoted things that are similar to what Hitler quoted. Now, I don't know that Trump is Hitler, but I do know that one of the things that Hitler had to do when he took power was to take control of the media. That was the first thing. The media is more important than removing guns from people. People talk about, the Second Amendment. You have to have the Second Amendment in order to protect the First Amendment. Bullshit. Bullshit doesn't work that way. Without the First Amendment, you have nothing. Without fair and balanced media, a democracy just can't exist. And we don't have that anymore. We haven't had it for a long time. It's been talking points from up high sent down to these people who are generally controlled by other interests. And then they just regurgitate the crap that they're told to regurgitate. And we've watched this, movement from the media, left-wing media, if you could even call it that. I mean, honestly, I don't know that there's even such a thing as left-wing media anymore. Sure, you could call MSNBC and CNN, it's the left-wing media. That's the woke media. But they're owned by corporations. Corporations are going to put themselves above the information that they put out there. So if a corporation feels threatened in some way where their ratings drop maybe, or if, they're being sought after by the IRS or the DOJ that's led by, the orange Hitler, they pay attention. And they will cower to these people. Been saying it for a while. And in fact, they've been doing it for a while. Because Donald Trump has been, as other people have said, sane-washed. A lot of the stuff that he has said, they just got, like it's normal. It's, Donald Trump said this, but blah, 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 blah. But then you have some pundits on there that will go hard in the pail against him and say things that in other places on those media outlets you won't get. And I think that's just to paint that media as left or right when in fact it's all bullshit. Mika Brzezinski and Joe Scarborough have been one of the probably grossest examples of this shill media. So when I saw Mika trending today on Twitter, I'm like, oh God. And then I see the video and I'm like, well, I mean, it sucks being right about everything. And I don't know if you know this, but 4 years ago, I actually posted this on my Facebook. I may edit this into the video afterwards, but I had said that the pick of Joe Biden was a terrible idea and that we're going to get fucked up in 2024. It's going to mess us up in 2024. I said that in 2020. And I was right. When Joe Biden was pushed out, I said Kamala was going to lose. I was right.
We're going live because we got breaking news. Joe Biden has officially stepped down as a candidate. And in my opinion, he has given the presidency over to Donald Trump. So to the Republicans, I would say congratulations on that. Congrats, Republicans. You get your dictator in chief. You get Hitler. Good job.
I'm telling you, the media is going to cower and suck his ass because they don't want to lose their golden goose, if you will. They want to get the ratings back up. Maybe we can bring some Republicans back in because Democrats and independents, we don't really watch those. I don't watch MSNBC. I certainly don't watch Morning Joe. It's a stupid show. These are stupid shows run by stupid people who take information from the top and just bleh, and regurgitate it to you and act like we're so smart. Look at us. They're not. They're not very bright. But I want to show you this clip here.
Friday, we were given the opportunity to do just that. Joe and I went to Mar-a-Lago to meet personally with President-elect Trump.
Ooh.
It was the first time we have seen him in 7 years.
Now, we talked about a lot of issues.
Okay, let me pause it right there. This is the first time we've seen him in 7 years. You are on a news channel and you're telling me that somebody who was president for 4 years, you knew they were going to run again for, over the course of these 4 years, and you never reached out to this person? Like, even during the presidency? Why? Why would you not? Dude's a fascist, but if I'm a journalist, I will talk to. Of course, you have to. It's your job to do it. So the fact that they're like, well, we haven't talked to him in like forever. Like, that just shows you right there how piss poor and shitty these two people are. They're rats, okay? All right, let me play again.
Abortion, mass deportation, threats of political retribution against political opponents and media outlets. We talked about that a good bit. And it's going to come as no surprise to anybody who watches this show, has watched it over the past year or over the past decade, that we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of issues, and we told him so.
What we did agree on was to restart communications.
We told him so.
My father often spoke with world leaders with whom he and the United States profoundly disagreed. That's a task shared by reporters and commentators alike.
Yet, they admit that they have refused to talk to this man. My father did this stuff, and I just chose not to do it for like 7 years, even though he was president for 3 of the last 7 years. Like, tell everybody you're a shit reporter and shit at informing people without saying it.
We had not spoken to President Trump since March of 2020, other than a personal call Joe made to Trump on the morning after the attempt on his life in Butler, Pennsylvania. In this meeting, President Trump was cheerful, he was upbeat, he seemed interested in finding common ground with Democrats on some of the most divisive issues. And for those asking why we would go speak to the president-elect during such fraught time.
No, that's not what I'm going to ask. What did he say? You're a reporter and you're not telling us what he said. You're just saying, well, we found some common ground and we're gonna come to the common ground. What the fuck did he say?
Especially between us. I guess I would ask back, why wouldn't we? 5 years of political warfare has deeply divided Washington and the country. We have been as clear as we know how in expressing our deep concerns about President.
5 years of political warfare that you had a hand in doing, you dumbass.
Trump's actions and words in the coarsening of public debate. But for nearly 80 million Americans, election denialism, public trials, and January 6th were not as important as the issues that moved them to send Donald Trump back to the White House with their vote. Joe and I realized it's time to do something different. And that starts with not only talking about Donald Trump, but also talking with him.
And I love how she talks to you like you're an idiot. Joe too. I mean, Joe talks to Mika like he thinks she's an idiot. But and here's another person who I greatly respect, though I know is a DNC shill. Tom Hartman. I listened to his program because he's highly intelligent, but I know the information I'm getting comes through a DNC colored lens. This guy, after the fact will be like, yeah, I mean, I've been saying this for a while. We have to go further left. We need a Bernie Sanders person. Except when they screwed Bernie Sanders over, it's like, you gotta get behind Hillary Clinton. And if you don't, I'm going to hang up on you and call you a concerned troll. And now, for the last 4 years, he's saying he's a threat to democracy, which he is. He absolutely is. Without a fucking doubt, the dude is a threat to everything that this country holds dear. He 100% is. He still is to this day. But now, after the election, and Tom Hartman has openly stated that they'll come after me too. And now after he's elected, well, I don't think it's going to be like that. He's not going to do this and that. And I think it'll be just him doing that. Okay. So what changed there, Tommy boy? What changed? Exactly. Like why all of a sudden you go from he's Hitler to, it's not going to be so bad. Do you see this shit? This disingenuous crap? Nothing changed from the moment that Donald Trump got elected other than now he's fucking president and could do all these crazy things that he wants to do. And maybe he won't be able to do them, but I guarantee you he wants to. Yet all these pundits out there, well, it's not going to be so bad. Oh, it's not going to be so bad. Y'all are so disingenuous. We see right through all your bullshit. We see the cowards that you are. You say things that you think people need to hear or want to hear to get your ratings. And then the moment things change and, oh, God, I could be in trouble here, Hitler may come after me. Well, yeah, but I mean, I know he's got the presidency and the House and the Senate and the Supreme Court by a large margin, but they weren't saying that. So were you lying then or are you lying now? This is why people have checked out of the media. This is why they go on the internet and listen to dumbasses who don't really know anything and tell them lies, and they believe it. They find people that are, similar to me, where I come on here and I offer an opinion, except They are latching on to people who are entertaining, yet lack any integrity to give you the honest to God truth. For example, in my videos, I'll tell you the difference between an opinion and a fact. Those people won't. They will flat out fucking lie to you. These dudes were getting paid $100,000 an episode. And then it turns out that it's a Russian company that's paying them all this money. And they're like, well, I didn't know about it. I didn't have any idea. Really? You didn't look at this offer. It's like, hey, we're going to give you a script and we're going to pay you $100,000. And then we're going to keep doing that for like ever. Nothing in that like caused you to say, okay, something's wrong here. Some dude walked up to you and it's like, hey man, can you take this jacket? I will give you $10,000. Just wear this jacket for like 30 minutes. Doesn't seem odd to you. You wouldn't raise an eyebrow and say, no. Or send a fucking lawyer in there to check them out to see what the hell it is. Because they're there to grift off of you. And they lied to you. They were saying words that weren't even their own. And then now after the fact, they're like, oh, I didn't know. How could you not know? How could you? And maybe you didn't know it was Russian money. But surely you didn't think that you were so valuable that your, 5, 10, 20-minute clip was worth $100,000? You really thought you were worth that? The media is collapsing. All media. I mean, we've already had issues with it, but you can see right here, these two disingenuous fucks are going to smile at your face, pretend like they know what's best for you, expect you to believe them because we're way smarter than you, and we've been like talking about this stuff for like ever. And some people are going to believe it. They trust these people. They think they have their best interest in mind. But no, they don't. They go from shitting all over Hitler to, well, it's not going to be that bad. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. Am I overreacting here? Am I being pissed off when I shouldn't be? I don't know. I guess we'll see. This is the Liberal Loudmouth. We'll catch you next time. Peace.